Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Chaosville. I'm Kieran Dave, a man of little consequence. So, last time I promised I would go to the Nether, and I died there. A few times actually, but I did come back with spoils of the Nether. And by the way, this bow, totally worth it. Totally worth it to take. I used it on several occasions, although I didn't find any ghasts. And we are having a little bit of server lag today. Just a little thing that happens every time to time. But check out what I came back with. 12 emeralds, 45 diamonds. We look over in here. I also managed to get some of those sweet nether ores that are worth twice as much as regular ores. And as you can see after it loads, perfect. Look at all this stuff I got. I'm a little low on iron. But that's because I gave a stack to Gar. So, because he gave me some other stuff. So that's very good. Thanks to the people who reminded me I need to tag lock my poppets. You need to make a tag lock kit. Like so, and yeah, very simple. And then you touch the bed that you've left slept on or something like that, and you basically can then craft them in. So now my protection poppets say Kieran Dave, meaning that they are active for me, which it wasn't the case before. Also, thanks to the folks who reminded me that I can craft multiple Rowan door keys together into a key ring, and it can hold an unlimited number of them. That is very helpful. Thank you so much for that. But I think that it's about time to stop thanking everybody and start making new stuff. Because for sure, we have a lot to do today if I want to get done with all these things that I have planned. Specifically, I want to get to that island in this episode. And we're going to be doing it mostly via, I think, blood magic. We're going to make some ceremonial magic, and we'll see if we can get up there to that thing up there by hook or by crook. It is my intent to take over that island and make it my new base and turn it into a giant hexagonal structure in the sky. How we'll get there, I'm not sure yet, but at the very least we want to get up there, and I'm sort of averse to nerd pulling up there. I'm setting a challenge for myself. If I can get up there without just having to build a giant column, we'll see, because I'm doing it a different way than you might normally think, which is just build an IC2 jetpack. To start with, the goal is to move this altar, upgrade it. So that's what we're going to do next. And I think actually that I have almost, oh, I did it again. I always touch that with seeds and then it like looks all weird. I think all I need is one stack of this stuff. And what we're going to be making is blood runes. So what we're going to be doing is upgrading our existing infrastructure basically. So we need 8 of these blood runes. So if we clear this, and then we put half of these, right? And then on the top and the bottom, and then put this in the middle, blood runes. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, you make these slates by putting just stone or cobblestone into the into a pool of blood, basically into this altar. Now, I don't like wasting this blood, but gotta be done for evil and science. And I don't like wasting this, but maybe I should have used my axe. Nah. I will use my axe for the rest of this, though. It's going to get tedious otherwise. Right. All we have to do is basically take these blood runes and make a little circle around here. We could fill in the middle, but we don't have to. Let's go ahead and just use this here for now. And we put down the blood altar on top of that. Now, if we tap this... First of all, this is the divination sigil. It can see I have 5,000 LP in my network. It's bound to me. If we tap this, we'll see that it says altar's current tier is 2. Not 1, but 2. So, perfect. We've got a nice little tier 2 altar now, which means we can transmute a bunch of new things. But we also don't want to lose access to the regeneration that's afforded to us. So let me see here. I need a saw. There we are. What I think I would be cute to do is just to take one of these, right, and turn this into just some cover strips, like so. Yeah, like this. And now it's easy for us to go ahead and just sort of pin this stuff to the ground and not have to worry about it flowing all over the place, but still get the benefits. So let's see, that goes there. This does not go here. It goes here. Yeah, like that. And then we should just have to go ahead and put this right here. There we go. Now, it looks a little weird, but, you know, better than the alternative. And So now we've got a new tier 2 altar. We have a whole bunch of new transmutations available to us. I really do need some blaze rods to get going with the next part of it, but I didn't find any of those in the nether. I may have to go back in looking. But in the short term, we do have a few options, and I can just be patient and do things off camera. For example, we're going to need to transmute an emerald. And this emerald is going to become our next tier of orb. So we have the weak blood orb. We're going to make the next tier. I guess I should grab my knife too. This next tier also unlocks a whole bunch of new tools, including the ability to stop using our own life and start using monster life, which I think is... Where is it? Did I miss it? Yeah, I'm dumb. Sorry. People looking at it going, come on, Dave! And I think we'll actually probably go ahead and make a vanilla mob spawner sometime soon and then switch to that. There's also opportunities to do things up there. But yeah, so first thing I have to do is get these knives, loaves of bread, and make sure I'm full up on hunger as the peaceful snow begins to come down. And I just need to fill up the altar. And it's full. There we go. So if I tap the divination sigil, it says I have 10,000 LP in the altar, and its maximum capacity is 10,000 LP. By the way, for reference, with any upgrades at all, each heart is worth about 200 LP. Actually, exactly 200 LP. So keep that in mind when you're doing these things, is that you will need to fill it up first. We're going to fill it up because we're going to do a bunch of transmutations, so it's sort of helpful. So we're going to go ahead and toss in this emerald. And you can see now, we can actually watch as it just completely drains out the LP pretty quickly, but probably not quickly enough for our tastes. I will definitely cut this part because I'm just going to be staring at a red plume. Before I do, though, it's worth noting that blood magic by design starts out kind of slow, has you kind of doing these things and, you know, just sort of taking your time because it's very, very powerful. Folks who have seen the end of my last series will know that this mod is really, really strong. And it will do things that other mods would consider totally impossible. Things like moving bedrock, things like moving entire houses in the blink of an eye, things like making the wither unable to hurt you. I mean, like, it's pretty ridiculous how strong it makes you. So don't feel discouraged when you start out. It's there to be a little tricky at the beginning. Oh, well, look, it happened right there. But that's on purpose. That's there by design. It's there to tell you that this is pretty serious. So how much did that take? Out of 10,000, that took exactly 5,000. So we have a new Apprentice Blood Orb. Now, if we look at our network, we'll see that we have a little bit more than 5,000 because I was a little bit low before. But if I were to just offer one heart by right-clicking, that would put 200 more in. So yes, you can actually do this in the field, and it's actually fine to do it this way to start. It's kind of nice to be able to sit down and fill these things up. But now that we've unlocked the Tier 2 Blood Orb, there's a whole bunch of really good stuff we can make, including the Air Sigil, which is my personal favorite form of flight, and the Void Sigil, the Sigil of Fast Miner, which I very much want, and the first upgrades to the actual altar, which are the 2 types of runes. So that's pretty exciting. So there's 2 types of upgrades. One is the Rune of Self-Sacrifice, which improves the use of the way we've been doing it when you take your own life. And this one, the Rune of Sacrifice, improves it when you take someone else's life. We'll probably get to that next episode. I think it's probably not going to happen this episode, but we might make a few of these. What we need next are some ritual stones. So what I'm going to have to do is make these reinforced slates. Now, I have 2 blank slates left over. Let's go ahead and toss one in, like so. And you'll see that it immediately starts puffing away. So before, when I made these by putting a stone in, it stopped at the first level of slate, right? And it's going to take, I think it takes twice as much as before, so we should see this stop around 3,000, I think. Oh, no, it's going to take 3,000. There we go. So there we go, 3,000. So, exactly so. Right, so this is the next level of slate, and each time you upgrade the altar, you get access to a new level of slate. If I were to put it in, it won't keep going because I don't have a Tier 3 altar yet. A Tier 5 altar can do any of the other ones. So, we need a few more of these because we want ritual stones. I'm going to have to go and take care of that. So folks, what I'm going to do off camera is do a little bit more of what you just saw. Filling up the altar and making more of these slates of various kinds. So let's just go ahead, and we have 3,000 left, which I think is enough for 3 slates. So let's go ahead and do it this way. I'm going to show you something that you shouldn't do. but I do it because I guess I'm cool. No, I'm not. Is that a meteor or a creeper? I guess my door didn't go, so it must be must not be a creeper. 4, 5. Let's clear that out. Well, I don't have enough room, of course. So what you can do is actually use a hopper. Why did I grab 6? Oh, because I didn't grab 6. You can actually automate this blood altar. It's not a very well-known fact, and it's a little bit finicky, especially in later tiers, but for us right now, it's going to save us a bunch of time. Just remember that if you don't have enough blood in the altar to do what you want to do with it, like in this case, we want to make sure that we can put in all those. If you don't have enough blood, then it's actually going to ruin and lose the whole lot of blood. So make sure you know your costs, and make sure you tap the divination sigil first, because otherwise you're going to end up losing all that hard-earned LP, which is a bit of a pain. So I'll be right back after I make the things we need to make for the ritual stones and the next steps. All right, folks, so I got one more transmutation to do. I'm going to put this piece of glass into a tier 2 altar, and that altar is pretty much full, so we'll come back in a bit when that's done. I wanted to show you, I had to go get a bunch of stuff actually and get a bunch of things ready, but I crafted a spell table, which actually only needed a blood rune. I didn't need a ritual stone, so this is even easier to make than I thought. I did want to make an angel block really quick, which will be useful. I need, what am I missing? Am I missing anything, or are you just being stubborn? Obsidian. Oh, this is inventory cable. That's what my problem is. Derp. I need a piece of obsidian, game, not inventory cable. There we go. I have 4 of that and 4 of that. You can see I can get confused. We also have an extra blood altar, and we have a spell table. And that's really the extent of it for now. So this spell table, you kind of want to put it a place where people won't mess with it, but I think for now, it'll be okay. You want to put it down, and then you want to put the blood altar next to it. And then you need a head. We're going to try it with the creeper head first. The head goes on the spell table, and then the reagent we want to talk about goes in here. So this is a spell. That's right, this is a spell. You put a head on the spell table, and then you put a reagent, there are many, in the altar. Now, before we can cast the spell with blood magic, we will need a spell stone, which appears to have just finished. Ta-da! Spell stone. Or an unbound crystal, I guess it's called. Now, we had a full altar. How much did that cost? It only cost 1,000, so not a very expensive item, and you can actually have multiples of them. Let's go ahead and leave this in there, because we're about to be using a lot more LP, and we'd like to make sure that we have a nice supply of it. We're going over 10,000 now. Yeehaw. Now, the first thing we have to do is just kind of tap this here. I think, actually, do we need to bound it? Yeah, there we go. Coordinates. It basically says that is the thing I'm looking at, right? So I don't want to cast the spell. I think I know what this spell does, and it's kind of frightening, so I want to get away, well away from my base. Blood magic is not the sort of mod that you treat lightly, especially when you're going for spells. This should be good. I don't think I'll kill myself doing this. So that was a projectile, right? Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and have it hit the ground right over there. Lightning. Now, casting that twice has hurt my reserves, so we want to be careful, right? But so the creeper head is the head to get, and fortunately I had one. But you can also do it with the zombie head, which is more of a defensive spell. The skeleton head, I think, just does it on yourself. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. We're going to keep with the creeper head for now. Instead of using glowstone, which lightning is a pretty cool power, and I'm pretty sure I could scare the crap out of someone with it, let's toss in an ender pearl. Yes. Now, I ask you, what do you think this does? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at how are we doing on blood. Still filling up. Oh, that's right, it's 25,000. So let's just cast it once. How about right there? Huh. This one seems to be a little bit different from what I was expecting. Oh, wow. That really, really, really hurt my... Wow, that really drained my LP, too. I thought that this teleported me. I had never tried it before, but maybe the creeper head is the wrong head to use. Let's try using it with the zombie head, because I actually haven't, as part of the promise of doing things live, well, let's Let's hope that we don't completely wipe ourselves out and then begin to steal our own life bar. Because that's what happens if you run out of LP in your network. You begin to steal your own life bar. What does this do? There we go. That sort of seems like what I wanted to do. Actually, no, it's not at all, huh? That randomly teleported me. And how much of my LP did it take? Not too much, but this is a random teleport? Not exactly what I want, although pretty dang far. Maybe I need to get a skeleton head? Well, I thought the creeper head was the one that did this because it seemed like it was supposed to be the one. I was going to just teleport up there and then quickly swap that in, but this isn't working. Although the spells are really fun. Like I'm going to keep this, definitely going to keep this lightning one around because that's really strong. And it's a pretty good defensive measure too. But it looks like I'm going to have to figure out something else to get up there. Well, folks, a little bit of time has passed, and I've had some time to cool down. I was pretty irritated, and I'm not going to build a jetpack yet. For reasons I cannot explain, it's a bad plan. I could explain it, but it's just not worth it. What I really need is a skeleton's head. I also need a skeleton's head for witchery. But for some reason, I just am having a lot of trouble getting skeletons to spawn anywhere. I've run around a whole bunch. I found more witches than I have skeletons, which is kind of nuts. And then on the way back, two things happened. One, lying in Bedmon cursed me. I'm not sure why he wants to open up the can of whoop-ass that is a rivalry with me, Prince of the Blood Mages. However, if he wants it, I will drop an entire meteor down on that goofy little well of his, and then I will fill the whole thing with concrete and abominations if I have to. But I did find this. Despite my various curses of misfortune, check it out. I found a Thaumcraft dungeon. There you can see vaguely up there an aura node. Who even knows what sort of misery it can wreak upon the world. And I found a set of spawners. So I put some torches and then this curse hit me. Division sigils. Oh, excellent. How about in here? Iridium. Useless. No one wants iridium. A builder's wand. This is amazing. A book. Some force shards. You know, a book wouldn't be bad to have. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and I'm going to make a force wrench really quick. And then we're going to see what we can do about this using this skeleton spawner. Because what I really need is a skeleton skull. I really want to get on top of that island this episode. So you can see where I am on my map. It's not very far. It's just like, there's my base and here's this thing. I can't believe I didn't find it in my travels. But I have, and I'm going to go grab a force wrench and put this fat loot away. This is amazing stuff. And then we'll get to it. Oh, by the way, the reason I found it was not because of that tiny little hole, but rather the giant edge of the bottom of the dungeon there in this canyon. So thank you, canyon. Oh my god, this curse is so annoying. It just randomly does terrible things to me. Still, we're going to have to soldier on. We're going to have to soldier through. Just what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to make a little bit of area where I can sort of hide myself here. Because what I'm going to do is pull... Well, first... I'm going to use the StarCraft wrench to pick up the zombie spawner. Fantastic. It actually looks like a, yeah, just a regular zombie spawner. Now I have this Arthana from Witchery, which I use some of my emeralds on. This is going to let me do a little bit more stuff. Ah, there we go. So my goal here is to kill a bunch of skeletons, and this thing greatly increases the chance that they will drop a skeleton skull. And so I don't see a ton of reason to move it right now, because all I would be doing really is, you know, just moving it elsewhere. It's not a huge deal. So I think I'm just going to leave it here right now, and then off camera, see if I can't gin up a spell. Or, I'm sorry, a skull for a spell. So give me 1 second. We'll see if we can get that. And... da-na-na-na. Yeah, I managed after quite a bit of work to get one of those to drop. That was... fully half an hour of just wailing on skeletons. In fact, I enchanted my Arthana. I took some of that mob essence you may have seen me collecting, and I brought it down here and made a auto enchanter. And look what it did to it. It made 2 sharpness 3s, which is actually kind of funny because now it's actually one of my strongest weapons, which made it sort of easy to just, you know, finish it up. Anyways, we have this now, so I should be able to, well, first let's put this over here. And I also, off-camera, made a pair of long fall boots from Portal Gun, which are just 2 of these, so not too expensive at our stage of the game. So now I can't take fall damage. I haven't tried this, though, yet. I've been saving it. Let's give it a whirl. And just to make sure, I put a little bit of blood in my network. I have about 18,000. As far as I know, this takes 500. And don't worry about that building. It's nothing. It's fine. It's nothing. It wasn't me doing something dumb. Let's see. Let's go. How about over there? Yes. And that took, oh yeah, 500. Okay, wow. So we can just kind of flit around now. This is cool. And it doesn't seem to matter the distance, right? It seems to be pretty much 500 each way. Now I can't spam this too much, although I am, because I only have about, 17,000. Uh-oh, rude dude, customer. What's your problem? Die. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't spend this too much because, as you see, we're just going to burn right through our LP. So let's spend the night, and then we'll pull up this angel block and see if we can establish a place where we can safely use our teleportation powers to get up to that slime island without using a jetpack or a nerd pole. All right, so my plan here is to toss that up, and there's a lag between when it hits and when it teleports. So what I'm going to quickly do is look straight down and then get ready to place the angel block. With the remaining blocks I have, I should be able to make a little bit of a bridge up there and then set up a place where I can use this power to teleport up there more reliably. Because I tried a few times to hit the angles, and it's not easy. So we're definitely going to need this angel block. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Wow, look at how high up we are. Oh man, my place looks pretty cool from above. Yeah, I definitely need to make a bit. Whoa! Whoa! Cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and make this happen. And here we are. It's a little channel, and oh, sweet. So it's covered in snow, and we do have some slime. Obviously, we're spawning blue slimes, right? This is pretty cool. I've never actually seen a snowy slime island. And we've got a slime tree up here. I was a little bit worried there might not be one. I couldn't see it on the minimap. Hopefully, we can get a slimy sapling off this so that we have infinite green slime. If we get, whoa, and we get this bouncy stuff here that can yield blue slime. If we get infinite green slime, that means that we can actually use a different mod I've been looking forward to. But I think, folks, that's going to be it for today. The next episode, I don't know exactly what it'll be for Chaosville because we'll probably be after a major mod pack update. Maybe not, I don't know. I just do what I'm told, but there will be the opportunity for a major mod pack update soon. In the meantime, folks, thank you very much for watching. Please like or subscribe. You can laugh in comments about how goofy it was to challenge myself to get up here without a jetpack or anything when I could have easily built a jetpack, right? I mean, I could have. It wouldn't have been too hard. It wouldn't have been too difficult. You know, hey, I'm curious. Does that fall protection poppet work? Because if it doesn't, that would be lame. YOLO swag. Hey, I heard a ding. It does. Folks, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please join me next time, and we'll do more cool stuff together, including get rid of this damn curse. Whee! That's a tricky shot.